I'm Jamila, and you are live in the Dream Studio, where we partner with you to create a life without limits. Today, I want to talk to you about staying hungry. A couple of years ago, I was with a colleague of mine at Panda Restaurant Group, and he was sharing with me how he got hired maybe some 20 years before to open up new restaurants in Southern California. And he got hired at that time at $2 an hour and would go around and open up new restaurants from location to location and city to city, and really did that with such passion. And as I'm sitting there talking to him, I'm thinking to myself, I would never do anything like that. I would never work for less than the $4.25 that I got hired on when I was a courtesy clerk at the Lucky Store on Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles. I would never do anything like that. And in that moment, I didn't realize how much I had an attitude of entitlement. And now I'm someone that has worked every day of my life since I was 12 years old. I have hustled, I have sold real estate, married Kay, done all of these awesome and fantastic things, have had great opportunities, but I didn't realize that in the midst of all that, I still had an attitude of entitlement. And here's what he shared with me. That $2 an hour helped him realize the dream of becoming a United States citizen, because that company and that organization sponsored his citizenship, and today he is able to have a six-figure income. He owns homes here in the United States and is also able to send money to his family back home, because for $2 he was able to realize a dream. And this is what I wanted to share with you today in the Dream Studio about the impact of staying hungry. And what I learned from my colleague is that you have to be first willing to do something that you've never done in order to obtain something you never thought you'd be able to. And so that $2 an hour for him translated into a United States citizenship. Staying hungry, being willing, being available, being willing to stretch yourself, being willing to do what others might not be willing to do, allowed him to be able to live in a way that most of his friends and family back home today aren't able to. Stay hungry. Be willing to do what you've never done before, so you'll be willing to have what you've never had before. The other thing that's so important in terms of staying hungry is not treating your dream like a hobby. I can't tell you how many people will come to me and pull me aside and say, Jamila, I want to share with you my dream. I really want to pursue this business, or I want to write a book, or I want to be able to travel and do some things financially that I really thought I'd never be able to do. But when I ask them, what are you doing every day, every week, every month to help pursue and help go after that, it's, well, I'll start it someday. Or I really was going to pick this up after the kids got done with school. Or I was going to wait till I retire to start doing this. It was that someday syndrome. And when you treat your dream like a hobby, or treat it like something that you'll get to someday, that's going to be the end result. It will be just a hobby, something you'll do occasionally, something you'll do maybe at different flashpoints or different times throughout your life. But it won't be what's going to be able to help you create a life without limits. You have to really pursue your dreams with everything that you've got. Give it the discipline that you give everything else in your life, and that's certainly what will make the difference and help you pursue your dreams and not treat your dreams like a hobby. And the very last thing that I want to share with you about being hungry and staying hungry is, quite frankly, being consistent. And being consistent is strictly a conversation about discipline. And motivation is one thing. Motivation might make you watch this video, or might make you pick up that next book or go to that seminar. Motivation is one thing. It might help get you kick-started. But the discipline of dreaming, the discipline of greatness, the habit of pursuing your dreams, it's what's going to make the difference. And guess what? It has to be a daily regimen. It has to be a daily dose. It has to be something that you do every day without fail, because again, we're going to pursue our dream as a lifestyle and not as a hobby, right? So creating that discipline around consistently pursuing your dreams is going to be what makes the difference for you. And here's how it plays with your motivation. Even when you don't feel like it, right? Because motivation has so much to do with how you feel. When you have the discipline and the habit of pursuing your dream, of reading, of following up, of making the phone calls, of taping the videos, of doing whatever it is that will help you pursue your dream, when you have the discipline of doing it, even when you don't feel like it, you don't require motivation anymore. Motivation will only get you so far, but it's the habit of discipline that'll help you really propel forward and move forward and make sure that on a daily basis you're consistently pursuing your dreams. So again, you have to be willing to do what you've never done before in order to have what you've never had. That is not only for my colleague Ignacio, that is for you too. Your $2 worth of effort can turn into a life without limits, can help you really live something that you never thought you could before. You have to make sure that you're not treating your dream like a hobby, like something you pick up and put down just as on a whim. And you have to, quite frankly, just be consistent. Have the discipline and the habits that will help you pursue your dream. Plan for it, be intentional, have it be something you do on a daily basis. Thank you so much for connecting with us in the Dream Studio right here at thedreamstudio.me. We also invite you to connect with us weekly, Thursday evenings at 6:30 p.m. Pacific on RMG Radio for the Dream Studio radio show, where we'll be taking your calls, interacting with you live as we partner with you to create a life without limits. The Dream Studio radio show can be contacted online at live365.com and type RMG in the search, and we'll be happy to hear from you every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific. And we also invite you to connect with us on Facebook and Twitter at Jamila Chambers. Remember, excellence is a lifestyle, not an event. Choose today to be excellent. Until next time, I'm Jamila, and you are live in the Dream Studio.